So Miss Judy and I recently plunged into the world of vitamin E. This is part 2. So if you haven't seen part 1 yet, you might want to check that out first. In part 2, we'll be focusing on the benefits of vitamin E and signs of deficiency. Let's go. Besides the rat studies and the fertility and the babies, what else can people get out of vitamin E?
Well, number one, heart health is extremely important.
Oh, yes.
And skin health. Oh my, you've had your battles with skin health.
Yes.
And that you have solved with nutrition.
Yes.
So it's also anti-aging because every cell, the integrity is maintained with vitamin E to keep those cells young and healthy. When I would go out and help pick the wonderful herbs and plants for the company, I would get some terrible sunburns, and it left marks on my skin and all kinds of things. Would you believe, as I've increased my vitamin E every day, all of those marks are going away?
That's
now,
extraordinary.
As you age, they should get worse.
So we've talked about heart and skin, but there's more, the anti-aging, but also what about brain health and eye health? Right. Immune support. How many people know that vitamin E supports our immunity?
It's so extremely important. And to get that immune support that we need from all of these nutrients, that's why if you have wounds or cuts or any kind of abrasion, the healing is just amazing when you're using these real food nutrients.
Well, let's get into the symptoms, because now you're going to be shocked at some of the things that we found.
Yeah, even muscle weakness, believe it or not, is related to vitamin E. Plus, some people have numbness in the hands, arms, feet, all of that. And tingling and in the limbs.
I thought that was a B12 deficiency. I know.
But these things work together.
Yes, and so important to put them together.
It is. As you get older, one of the major problems is falling. And if you have an unsteady gait or walk, when you're walking and you're kind of stumbling around, that can also be a vitamin E deficiency. Isn't that amazing?
Your reflexes are also, how good are your reflexes? When the doctor hits your knee and you pop up, hopefully you are popping up. If you're not, you might need more vitamin E in your life.
And one other thing, anemia. We think of iron being so important for anemia, and of course it is, but there's various different kinds of anemia, and vitamin E is extremely important. Yes. And then the shape of the red blood cell is also extremely important. Vitamin E keeps it in its nice round shape.
If you are not getting enough vitamin E, the red blood cells can actually rupture.
They can rupture and they can stack. That's called rouleau. And so both of these things are extremely important because you need a free flow of these red blood cells that carry oxygen and all of the nutriture throughout the body, and they're feeding the cells. So
it's kind of important.
Yeah.
And what about, I always hear a lot of times we get phone calls from many of you, and one of the biggest complaints we have is, I need more energy. I'm so fatigued, I'm wired and tired. Vitamin E actually helps with energy, and you could be deficient if you are feeling like you're sluggish and tired all the time.
And then there's problems with eyes and rashes and fatigue and even blindness. Vitamin A has always been known as extremely important for vision, but so is E. They're both fat-soluble vitamins.
So that means somebody could be taking vitamin A and not understanding why their night blindness is still not getting better, but they just needed the vitamin E component.
And blurred vision is becoming more and more and more important as we sit in front of those blue screens and
screen time.
Oh boy. I keep talking to people and the more screen time they have, the more problems they have with blurred vision. So that needs to increase that vitamin E intake, and real vitamin E, not synthetic, not soy GMO, but real food vitamin E.
There you go.
What a concept, eh?
And also, let's not forget, save the best for last, all of the brain issues that people are having. Maybe we just need to look at vitamin E. Some of those are seizures. Dementia is actually related to an E deficiency. Isn't that right?
Yes, and even insulin sensitivity is important to vitamin E. Can you believe that?
I didn't know that one.
Oh, yes.
But I know it's important because a lot of times your sensitivity to insulin really determines how susceptible you are to disease.
That's right. And any type of inflammation, and you've seen people with pink eye and everything else. So vitamin A and E are extremely important to prevent these various different issues.
So get your vitamin E from real superfoods like the kinds that we have, and also just stay away from the pesticides, get the complete complex, and get the benefits in your life.
Vitamin E is a blessing that we were not aware of for a long time. So this is something that we need to every single day, and we need the right kind.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope you learned something about vitamin E that will keep you safe and healthy. As always, if you find this kind of content valuable, please subscribe, like, and hit that bell. We'll see you next time.